I have a background in chemistry, and so what I do is I try to fight the science of stink. I try to make people's homes smell better and give it something that they can enjoy and makes their day a little bit better. I've always loved science. My whole life as a little kid, I just loved science. I had a lot of really good science teachers. Shout out to Mr. Sloan and Miss Dunn. Really set me up with a great foundation. And went to school at NKU, got a degree in chemistry, and came out, started working at Proctor Gamble. Worked on dishwashing liquids, Dawn, Joy, and Ivory for a little while, and for the last 11 years or so, I've worked on FeBreze on our plug-in air fresheners. Sometimes I do like take your child to work day events at our school, at work, and also I'll do career days at school, and that's one of the things that I always go over with kids is it's not what you think. I don't have the crazy hair and the white lab coat. I think I do have a white lab coat somewhere, but I never use that. I spend a lot of time at my desk looking at spreadsheets, and then the other time I am working in a lab, but it's not really a lab like you might think of it. I work on plug-in air fresheners, so I have walls and walls of plug outlets that kind of line floor to ceiling. So I think Walton-Verona is an amazing district. We have 5 children. I have 3 children who've graduated from the school district, and I've got 2, a twin boy and girl, who are in school right now in the middle school. And all throughout my life, I've tried to be involved as much as I possibly can in community events, no matter where I've lived, and Walton is no different. And when I thought about how I could really be involved in the schools more and how I could have the most meaningful impact on student achievement and making sure that kids get everything that they can have to help them best be successful, school board seemed like the natural choice for me. I spent a lot of time working in the schools before this with helping out with PTA events. I served on the school-based decision-making council at my elementary school and the middle school, and I really thought that to kind of take it to the next level and really be able to have the biggest impact, that school board was the place for me to be. I didn't think it would be so much of a 24/7 job. I get calls from people and messages kind of around the clock, and it's very different than what I thought. It's a little humbling in some ways, because you learn very quickly that you're not always the expert in everything, and it helps you learn that you have to do a lot of research, and don't be afraid to say, I don't know that answer if somebody asks. You know, I can go out and get that answer for you, and I'd be glad to help you, but it's a job that requires a lot of research, and I would tell people that that's a little bit different than what I think the perception is from folks.
It goes right along with being a scientist doing research.
Yeah, it does. So it's right up my alley as being a scientist. So I actually don't mind it. Maybe a little bit nerdy, but I enjoy that. I think funding is, as I think about it, is the biggest issue. We've got tremendous teachers in the state, but it's very hard to make sure that we pay them equitably. I think there will continue to be funding pressure on the local schools. That pushes it to the local citizens to try to bear some of that burden. I think that the encroachment of charter schools, as that starts to happen, that may be a drain on some of these resources, and that may make it difficult as well. And then you're always going to have unfunded mandates, things that may very well be necessary for the school and for the students, but without proper funding, it makes it very difficult to do that effectively. What I would encourage all of our new school board members to do is to take a moment, pause, and think about what's really important here, and that's the students. That's the students, making sure that the students have what they need to be successful, that your teachers, faculty, and staff are able to best provide for the kids. That's what every decision should come down to. So regardless of why you're here or why you think you're here, just if you keep that focus, then I think everything else will follow along.